Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 3 of the Second Aid Show, where we again have some really interesting updates, some confirmations, and some really interesting, intriguing things from the set of the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series. But as usual, I am firstly joined by Lakitia. Hello, my friend.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
Indeed. And also, hello, Kyle.
Hey, great to be here again with both of you.
And I think round of applause to us for making it 3 episodes in. I think that's quite a big achievement already. And it seems like everybody liked the last part of the show or last week's episode. So I think we have to match it again, but of course not that size. But so we've got is going to be set into 3 sections where we're firstly going to be talking about some updates from last week around the rap party, etc. What's happening with filming. Then we got go get to some interesting things, some confirmations around some set pictures from a few months ago that I revealed and what that place is, where it's in construction, etc. So much to look into, and there's some really interesting stuff around extras as well. So we've got quite a lot to get into, and one thing I would like to say is that the reason I'm doing this now is because I think I'm at a point where I can have people start to send stuff in from if you maybe for example work on the show and you want to stay anonymous and you want to send stuff in. I haven't really done this before because I wouldn't know if some random troll from Uruguay is just emailing me that they were working on the show, and has happened before, and specifically Uruguay. But so if you are just working on the show and maybe, or if you know something, a friend or anything, and if you want to stay anonymous and send something in, then please just email me as on screen right now at fellowshipoffans@gmail.com. So for example, even if you're working on the show, a big Tolkien fan, and you just want to, or if you've heard something, just to give it to email. You can make a fake username, and the reason I'm doing this now is because I can tell probably most likely if these people are telling the truth or not, due to how much contextual knowledge I have around the filming and creation of this Amazon show. So if you want to, I know I've got a few people in the comments saying, hey, I work on the show, I don't know how to get to you, etc. And I probably like pushed you to the side and saying it's fine. But now if you want to email in anything, maybe pictures, if you took off set anything, just please email it to fellowshipoffans@gmail.com. So yep, I know I've probably made that sound like an advertisement you see on television, but I think we can now get right into the news. And this all part is more exclusive confirmations. So the first part is, remember last week we talked about the rap party. So Carl, when what have we heard now? When is the rap party scheduled for? Because last week we didn't have a confirmation. We were just told a few weeks, but now we have a date.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's a firm date, July 30th, and I think by that time that certainly means that filming would be entirely done.
And that's the second time now we are hearing about July 30th, because
Mm.
I think last time we said that principal photographer, not for the full wrap for season 1 of Lord of the Rings of Prime is July 30th. Originally it was August the 5th. It got moved forward, but now it looks like, I think it makes sense at the same time that that the wrap party is on the same day that there's a full wrap of filming for season 1 of the show. So that's just a little update from last week. But also now, Lakitia, what else do we know about principal photography and where that's at?
Yes, so it sounds like principal photography is on the very brink of finishing.
Yeah, that's the quote from the
Um,
source. If I continue.
that's right. So we know that lots of cast members are still in New Zealand, like Emma Horvath and Maxine Baldry and Nazanin Boniadi, who's probably leaving very soon. But the filming does seem to be wrapping up, so we're nearly there.
Indeed. And the exact things was that it's now literally on, it's on the brink of finishing. So principal photography is still happening, but it's nearly done. Then they'll go into the few weeks of pickup shots, reshoots, and they'll hopefully finish around July 30th, give or take the New Zealand weather. So I believe that is a quite a decent update around the context around the filming of the show. But now, after that part is done, let's get right into the more interesting things. So I believe it was February, guys, wasn't it, when we got these hands of those updated pictures from where Amazon were filming, wasn't it? Was it
I
around
think it was early March.
early March? Yep.
Yeah, I think you started talking about it in February, and then we saw them in March.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And the thing about them was, unlike my first ones in October, I think, or December, it's been a long time now, of those icy mountainside set, which I can't show on this channel unless I want to get taken down now. Thank you,
Mhm.
Amazon. I think the interesting thing is that the it's quite harder to see because it's taken so far away and the quality isn't that good. But interestingly, we have now some updates around what this village set was, because originally when it was me and Ken, we speculated about what is this village set, and some I think I thought it might maybe Ken thought maybe it's a bit of Austin at Hill in region. I thought maybe that's a bit maybe it could be. Is it maybe a Guathurim or a village from there, or in Middle Earth? That could be. From looking from it, do you guys think that could be a possible thing to speculate from that?
Yeah, I think the trees around it kind of give it that illusion potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah,
as
indeed. But I do think like my first image of the Guathurim just architecture, I would imagine them using more like wood for
Yeah,
material.
exactly.
yeah, as you can see
And
here, there's the wood. Yeah, but
okay,
continue,
yeah,
continue.
okay. So yeah, it could be the Guathurim. Um, but then again, I think we're all really looking forward to another place.
Mm-hmm. So what we have
So
updated from some people, I just, well, I'm gonna say people close to the show, because even if I say anything else, Amazon aren't stupid. They do know that about this stuff, where the news comes from. So what we've got updated is that this is in fact a Numenorian town square. So let me get it back up on screen here right now. So this is apparently a massive Numenorian town. And the interesting thing is that I was told that these pictures that I'm showing you right now from February is when it was still in early development. And that was back in, these pictures were actually taken in January and I released them in March. Shows how long the process it takes to release exclusives. So this thing I'm showing now is a Numenorian town square. And firstly, do you guys think this is how you envisioned probably maybe a poorer, lower town square in Numenor to be like, maybe in the slums?
I can't really imagine seeing the slums per se. I think would probably be seeing like the grander parts of their cities, in particular of Armenelos.
Mm.
So from these images, we can't really tell specifically what part of the city they've been shooting at. But I
Damn it.
think given that we'll probably mostly deal with the nobility and the upper classes, I think it's I'd I'd expect them to see some really like magnificent town squares and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and probably the docks, the ports as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it gives a sense also though of maybe the busyness of the, population center.
indeed. And we'll actually get into that in a bit. That might actually support what you said, Kyle, that we're going to later on. You probably know already. And
Mm.
so as of right now, or not as of right now, back in January, this is pictures from January. This was the Numenorian town that we at the time and still up to now we did not know about, but then now we've got confirmation that this is a part of Numenor that we're seeing. But an interesting thing is that this was before it was fully, this is just during construction, and as of mid-May it is now, quote, a real town with two false fronted two-story buildings all made of fake stone, and is now a fully functional working village. And what Amazon are able to do is knock down walls in the town square and turn into other areas of the Numenorian town. So, and he, and not he, and the source mentioned that these cranes here are exactly the places where they would film specific scenes in the town. So, for
Yeah.
example, you can see two sets of cranes here, probably shooting something there, but then in the background, you've got two more scenes shooting another part of this Numenorian village, town, square thing. So, from that, it looks like we know where the budget's being spent. having these walls knocking down. Interestingly, two talk to me about this Lakitia with false fronted 2-story buildings, all made of fake stone, presumably in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's. I really like what I'm hearing. I mean, that really reminds me of the Gondorian architecture the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah,
So I
totally.
think exactly. So it sounds really exciting. I mean, I really like the way that Gondor was presented. So I think Numenor is probably gonna be that much grander, that much more magnificent. So yeah, stone buildings all the way
Yeah.
for me.
And Carl, what does it look like these roofs are? Is it wood? Is it that looks white a bit? Do you think that could be stone? Unless stone roofs sound ridiculous. Unless.
Yeah, some kind of structure that's texturized, right? I think it certainly could be texturized to look like stone, and that's what I envision when I think of, Numenor, Arminelos, and stuff like that, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And interestingly, is that this is when we're going the whole way around. Okay, that's the set place, but this village, if you cannot see, it circles all the way around. So, for example, it goes behind these containers and goes down forward that way. So it's an encircling massive village town that we now know of, and it is Numenorian, and has been there from January to mid-May. So does that probably show that it's gonna have a massive part to play in
Indeed.
the series? Yeah, take it away.
Y- yeah, and that's another reason why I think it's not probably like the slums or anything,
Mm.
because I don't think there is enough story to take place in a very like I don't know destitute part of the city. So I think it must be something pretty big, something pretty important.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know, maybe it's just the nature of the leaks that we've found so far, but it certainly sounds like this is quite could potentially be quite a big centerpiece for the entire show, for sure. Okay. Yeah, so I think on the topic of the vastness of what this set looks like, it certainly speaks to what you're talking about with this modular set idea where they can break down walls and open up the set and close them up for smaller scenes and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting.
Indeed, and it just shows exactly where the budget is going to, in
Mm.
fact. And so, as of right now, before we get into the next bit of set details, so this so actually, I thought I'd do this quickly. So, no, I was doing this to Lakitia and Carl before the video. So, if you're interested where the Numenorian ships are being filmed and Numenorian water scenes, so if you see this green tank thing here, so that's the green screen, and these these containers are meant to block people seeing the green screen from that side, but I don't think they envisioned people would be able to take pictures because this is the road this is down is a one-way straight road with no parking, so they expect probably no point. So probably on here right now, and people talk about the water tank. If this is the green screen here, the water tank would be right below here somewhere. So and then probably Numenorian ships would probably be on there sailing in the water, whatever. So yeah. So the interesting thing is that Numenor filming their ship scenes, and then if you go down, probably 10 seconds down the parking, down the back park, you've got the Numenorian town village square thing, right? That's a yellow container, but right here. So that's the interesting thing, and the dynamic bit of Kamui. Wait, how's it like it here? Kamui?
I'm not sure. Kumiu?
Commute,
Something
I
Kamui.
like
think.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kamui.
We need to check that with our
Yeah,
Kiwi friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kamui film studios. and then and then from last week we knew about the Numenorian Queen not village, Numenorian Queen throne room, and that's probably in the actual studios itself, um
Yeah.
and which is these white things as we go along,
Hmm.
right um here. So right in here, in these white cylinder thingies, would probably be the filming of all these Numenorian Queen sets, or the other, maybe the dwarven set is at Kamui Film
Mm.
Studios as well. So how's that for someone who's never been to New Zealand being able to go through the whole set like this? But
And the studios are huge,
yeah,
like
massive.
immense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gigantic.
Mm.
as you can see the scale of it here. But So
Yeah.
that's the so we've got some interesting updates from actually inside this village town. So we have some updates from here. So I think to not get anyone in trouble, I think that's the best way to phrase it. Um so from inside this village, so not the outside, from inside where filming's taking place, from around mid-May for a few days, so a consecutive number of days, there was scenes filmed in this Numenorian town square with approximately 180 extras on set each day, crammed, well not even crammed, well probably such a massive place filmed in this Numenorian city. So from mid-May to the end of May, for some days, for most days, there were 180 extras on set, and I'm not gonna say I do know what the extras were, but I don't wanna give too much away and maybe hinder positions. So I'm not gonna go that far, but there was 180 some things on set. You could probably guess what they probably could be or speculate, but in this village set, there's been 180 extras in it. So what does this mean?
Well, without giving anything else away, I think this could signify like a number of things. I mean, it could represent so many different scenes. It could just be like a big market scene with lots of, just townspeople. It could also be like, I don't know, uh, Aldarion's departure or maybe
Mm,
arrival, if Aldarion does in fact appear in the show, which I don't think he will, but
mm,
then
hard
again,
to say.
he could. Yeah,
Yeah.
hard to say. I think it's way, way, way too early for any sort of like Sauron's
Hmm.
establishment of Melkor's cult or anything like that. So,
I
but
hope
yeah,
so.
a
I
number
hope
of
it's too
things.
early for that,
Yeah,
for sure.
The
Yeah,
annoying
I do, but
thing
it does.
with
It certainly does sound like there's some kind of. It could be like some kind of, certainly like a procession of some sort, or even if it's like, something where they're proceeding to Meneltarma, or that
yeah, yeah,
certainly
yeah,
could be possible.
The interesting thing
exactly.
here for viewers is that to viewers at home, Kyle and Lakitia, I haven't told them like what scene has been filmed here. It's funny hearing you two speak and then knowing
Keeping
exactly.
keeping
Yeah,
me in suspense here.
yeah. No. It's just knowing what you guys are saying and exactly knowing
Yeah,
what's happened. But
yeah.
I think all I could say is that a key character was during this scene and the main focus was on him, and I don't think actually it
Oh, it's
was.
him.
Oh damn
Interesting.
it!
Mm.
Damn it! Okay.
Interesting.
So
You have to cut that part out.
no, I'll keep in. I'll keep in. Carry on speculation, but
Alfred is my. I think it must have been Alfred. No one
Dear
else.
God, please no.
Ooh. So yeah, I'm kind of walking a thin veil right now, but so yeah, an actor's on this set, and there are lots of people rallying to him. That's all I'll. Oh,
Coronation.
yeah, Cor-
Coronation. You're telling me. Yeah.
no, not
Coronation.
not Cor. It's hard. I
It's
think
a funeral.
if you,
It's a wedding.
yeah, but I'm
It
gonna
could be a
say
lot of things.
the only hint I'll give is if you think of all the story things we said last week, they
Mm.
kind of coincide.
Oh.
So
Hmm.
Oh,
not for you
okay.
guys, not for you guys to discuss it. That can be people at home. Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Okay.
know that 180 extras. So and the interesting thing is that there's so many people working on this set, and there's so little leaks like this. Except funny thing is that we're showing a video of leaks, but there's
Mm.
so many people involved in this project right here, and
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool to hear about for sure.
and I think earlier I think we were trying to describe that this city does go round circular, and an only reason to fit 180 people in there, it would need to be massive. So so yeah, that's the place where you go in, and I think here I haven't showed these in a while, but yeah, it just shows. So behind these wooden things here is where the city is. You can see the start of one of the cranes over there, and then probably
Very
in
cool.
there the Numenorian Queen's throne room or some dwarven scenes there. So yeah, this is the closest to a behind the scene documentary you're gonna get for probably a year. I'll probably show all the. You're probably in a year's time when they show the behind the scenes documentary or release it with the bonus features. You'll probably see all these. Yes, a sneak thing in there. So I think I think before we wrap up, I know it's been quite a more short one, but I think the news has been more concise this week. But overall, what are your guys' thoughts on all the news today, especially the extras, and this being a new Minorian town square village place?
Really curious now, and I think you're very, very cruel not letting us in on the intel. Uh,
The
but
thing
I'm
is, if
really
I do
excited.
say it, then the Amazon will probably be able to start tracking
No,
down here.
abs.
Yeah, so yeah,
It's
continue.
okay. All good, all good.
Hmm.
I'm just really excited, and I'm curious to find out what this was all about. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think there's been a lot of we've talked a lot about how big these sets look, but I think this new information gives really quite a lot of context to how big the expanse is really.
Indeed, and the
yeah,
fact
indeed.
that these photos I'm showing you now, and you can already see how massive this probably is. This is when it was even fully constructed. But and just
Yeah.
to recap, what we've as you can see, still in production or development right there. And then just to get back to let me find my notes. And so it is now. This place is now a real town with false fronted 2-story buildings, all made of fake stone, and it has been continually developed on built since January to July, and as this place is going to have a big part to play in this Amazon show by the looks of it, especially by how many extras are on set as well. So I think I wish he had turned right a bit and taken a picture by there, but oh well.
Someone
So
someone needs to get a drone in there.
Okay, so this is so people ask me, how is this legal? Isn't this illegal? What you're doing, this is that, and these pictures are totally legal because, and these are in our rights because
Hmm.
these are not taken on the set. See, there's gates, and no one's going onto the property of Kamui Film Studios or anything right here. This is all
It's like a
from,
public
yeah,
road, right?
it's a public road.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so no one's gone in there. If I someone not I because I don't live in New Zealand, but if I had, I have said I again, but if this person would have gone into there, for example, you see, this is just the road and it's so close, but if the
Yeah.
person had gone into there or jumped over this fence, if I then showed the pictures, that would probably be illegal, and Amazon would probably
Yeah.
take some because and can't show. And I'm not actually showing any artistic things either. So yeah, I think that just wraps it around. So if we do get a drone in there
Mm.
uh,
Just
just
Maybe
please don't get
don't. Maybe
anybody.
yeah,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
just don't.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't get anybody in trouble,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Fellowship,
at the end of
please.
the day, we don't want to. So I would appreciate it, even if you want to, you can. But we don't condone it here, getting drones into
Yeah,
space
for
because.
sure.
So yeah, but I think that's just about it. It's been quite a quick one here today. Do you guys think we've covered everything?
Yep, I think we're good.
I think so, yeah.
So I think that's just about it. And so first of all, thank you to everyone at home for watching. I really appreciate it and enjoying these episodes of these shows. I really appreciate it. And again, if you do starting up now, I know other fan sites, I know Twitter accounts, like for example like Terra Media, etc. If they normally ask people to send in stuff to them. I know Radiant Intelligence does as well. I know I don't never really done that because I couldn't tell if, as I said earlier, someone from the outside of the world, not in New Zealand, is pretending they're on set. But I can now have the ability to check if the validity of what people are saying. So if you are working on the show, I've got a few people have messaged me saying, "Hey, I don't want to say anything because I'm scared my position might this and that and whatever." Just make a fake email something. I won't send screenshots of emails or anything. I won't do anything like that. Just send in what you've heard. If you've got a friend working on the show and they're telling you something and you're just a big Tolkien fan and you want everyone to hear about it, then please email it to fellowshipoffans@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to check out and reply to that. And if for viewers at home, if you want to email me as well to personally contact me, please do that as well, not just for that. But firstly, thank you, Kyle, for as usual coming on.
Thanks again for having me. It's always lovely to chat with both of you.
Also, thank you to Lakitia.
Thank you. This was fun. It was a bit more speculative than it usually is. And what we've learned today is that Fellowship is just like sitting on a wealth of information and keeping it all to himself, just like Smaug. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that at the end of the day, maybe me and Amazon maybe not on good terms, but I think if Amazon knew like about a lot of stuff that I know, I think that'd be pretty nice to me. In the end, if they found out. But thank you
It's
guys.
always best to be careful.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. But until the next video, my friends, goodbye.